Hello guys, welcome back to Dalarby, another episode of City Skylines. Today I'm really excited for this build and I hope you enjoyed the little history lesson that you got in the beginning. As you saw, we are building a collapsed mine today, and this is a totally real-life location, very close to where I live. I live like a kilometer from this site, and this is an old as hell mine. As you saw in the beginning, there were some numbers of years there. But anyways, this is a really old mine. It's not an active mine. Besides that, it's a tourist attraction today. You know, people come here and they pay, unfortunately, a lot of money to go down in the old mine, and it's a really big area left in the mine. Like you can go down really far. I don't really know how far you can go down, but it's pretty far down. And it's a huge mine. But anyways, it's an old mine that's not active, as I said, and for a long time ago, I can't remember what I said, what year it was, but it collapsed, and that was made this big like pit, you can call it, or something. And the funny thing is that like this is so way back, so everyone was working every day. But there were 2 days every year that no one was working. And the funny thing is that the mine collapsed one of those days. So no one was working the time when it collapsed. But unfortunately, there was one poor guy who was down in the mine. I can't remember really why he was down in the mine, but he was there for some reason and he died in the collapse. But they didn't know that because no one was supposed to be there, so they find him like many years after, I think. But like all the liquids from the mine and everything had conserved him, I think it's called. So he looked like he died 20 minutes ago when they found it, but it was a couple of years, or months or something. It was a very long time. And everyone was really fascinating and stuff. They couldn't understand how this could happen. But then they realized it was the minerals and the mine and stuff that has conserved his body in perfect shape, And another funny thing is that people got so excited about this, so they put him in like a monter at a museum or at the plaza in town or something, and he started to mold and stuff because he wasn't no longer in the minerals and liquids from the mine, Funny story, you can read more about it if you search for his name. What he's called is Fet Mats, and if you translate that into English, it's Fat Mats. Yeah, I don't know, he wasn't fat, I think, but he's called Fat Mats. Anyways, enough with the history lessons, guys. Sorry, I'm just keep on ranting here. Anyways, to the build. So we have this big pit with just the collapsed mine. We haven't gotten there yet because we're starting with the at the site. They have like a lot of buildings with cafes and restaurants and some shops, tourist shops. So that's the area we're working on here now. It's a little bit different on how it looks. It looks a little bit more modern in real life, but I want to keep the little village type of feel in the area. And this little, industrial area we're working on here isn't actually there in real life either, but I'm gonna do some couple of changes. But overall, like the planning and the layout of the area is exactly the same almost as how it looks in real life. And if you want to look up pictures and stuff, you just Google Falu Gruva, and you can watch more. It's hard for me because I don't know if I can take pictures from Google. I don't know how that works, and I don't want my video to just get taken down or something. But maybe in the future I can go up and take some video footage of the real site, as to say myself. And if that's something you would like me to do more, because I'm building stuff that's kind of similar where I live. If you want me to like include real life footage of the places I build, tell me that in the comments. It's actually it's something I really could do. It would be fun if you would like to want that. Anyway, so we're wrapping up this little area that we started off building with some bushes and trees, And this building, in real life, this building that is here, these 3 houses, it's kind of a museum of very old stuff they used to have in the mine and work with, like sleds and a lot of different stuff. And it's also like where you buy tickets and all that kind of stuff. And there's also a place you can rent for like wedding dinners and stuff. But that area is mostly the tourist area where all the shops and cafes are and stuff. And here we are starting to working on the pit, or the collapsed mine, let's say, the collapsed area. Of course, this is not the whole mine. The mine is huge under the ground. This is only a small part of it, even though it's like I don't know how big it is in real life, like 900 meters or something. It's kind of huge. And when I made this, it was really hard for me to what perspective is it too huge, is it too small? And I think it ended up being a little bit too small, but I think what hell, I think it's not worth it to go and do like this, do it all over again, maybe in the future if I feel for it. But I want to see how everything looks when all the surroundings are in, with all the other stuff in future episodes. And you can also see my extremely ugly road down in the mine. It looks ridiculous. I don't know if I changed it in the time lapse or if I did it afterwards, because the time lapses are very edited down. It's like 5 hours of time lapse down to like 15 minutes, so everything is not included. But if you want to see the full result, of course, the cinematics in the end is the end result. But I did change that road down in the cave to a more realistic one that goes a longer way further on the side of the collapsed mine. In real life, there's a normal road that's like is terraformed, but the road takes up so much space when you do it in the game, so it was very hard to keep the correct size of the pit when I did that, because then I had to do the pit very, very big to the roads to be in the right like dimensions to what the pit is. Maybe you understand what I mean. It's hard to explain in English, But that doesn't look good, but I changed it later on, so you will see in the cinematics how it actually looks. And here we start off the like entrance when you're going down to the mine. It looks very similar to how it looks in real life with that building. The biggest challenge for this series is to find buildings that are quite similar to the buildings here. I totally understand that I won't find like the exactly like the real building, but even buildings that are similar is very, very hard. So that's a big challenge, but I think we will do fine. We will work with what we have throughout the series. And this is a little cafe. Also, there's a real life cafe in the real life area as well. That's located like this, and nice vegetation. I will also put in some flowers to get a little color later on. Yeah, I think the whole build turned out very cool in the end. But I also, it might not look super duper right now, because this area is quite dependent on the surroundings later on, with the little more forest, a little more hills, and also little areas with a lot of housing and residential, because this is very located in the middle of the town. This is not like you go out on the countryside a little bit and then this happens. This is in the middle of the city, and so there is a lot of a lot of residential areas around this place as well, and also it's bordering off with a industrial area, which we will also build, quite similar to how it looks in real life. Anyways, I'm super excited for this series. It's really fun to do stuff that it's fun to see how when I'm done and it's like, yeah, this kind of looks like in real life, you know. It's a very, very cool. And let's see if I have any notes, because I have no idea what I'm going to talk about. I do this little parking lot, you know, not so interesting maybe. And as I said in the beginning, the pit might be a little small. I might change it, I might not. I don't know. I don't think it's too small though. So I think when all the surroundings are coming, it will look very, very cool. And to wrap things up with this little build here, and this is a build where I did a lot off screen and didn't continue to record the time lapse because it was so much time already. And as you can see, I'm placing down the same shape of the pile because I'm stupid. And I didn't realize that there were different shapes and stuff with the 3 different piles. So that's also something I changed later on. And I think these piles, I don't know, the lighting, they are very bright. They're very, very bright. But you know, we have to work with what we have. And I also didn't realize that they were decals. It has the same color, so we'll change that later on as well. You'll see in the time lapse. But this is also from real life, or what you say. This is a place located just at the side of the collapsed mine. As you can see here, it kind of looks like in real life. In real life, there are like these piles aren't actually piles. They are like old, like pile/hills of different stone and cinder and a lot of different sand and a lot of stuff. I don't really know what they're doing there, if I'm going to be honest. But you know, this it's a lot of these piles around the mine and stuff, and also in this area. Anyway, so this is the last thing we are going to do today, and I hope you enjoy this little build/history lesson. You know, I did some more stuff off screen, placed a lot of more forest and trees around this place, and the time lapse is coming in just a minute or so. So I'm gonna thank you for being here and sharing this wonderful moment with me today, and I hope you really enjoy this little build. We'll see what we do in the next episode. I don't have really anything planned, but I will try to have it out on Friday, because I'm trying to get the episodes out on Friday. I got in a hurry in Friday, so I didn't really manage to get in time. But here we are on Monday, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please go ahead and like the video. It means everything to me. And if you're new here, please subscribe and follow our journey when we build this awesome town. But with that said, have a nice day, take care of each other, and enjoy the cinematics that will be here in just a couple of seconds. Take care, guys. See you later. Bawambaa out.